Live. Hello, my name is Yes Elliott. Thank you for joining the Man Cave. I'd like to take this opportunity right now to thank Stevie Waters once again for giving me this platform in order to talk about some things, as you can see in the title. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate that. Thank you for joining. The shout out to a lot of people that, excuse me, my glasses are kind of falling up. I can't even kind of read who's dropping in right now, but yeah, I've got to get these things fixed. I told my publicist about this, that these things are just driving me crazy, and I can't really see who's logging in. But as you can see, my title was the helicopter parents and the coach daddies that we got that are going on. Excuse me, let me fix my glasses again. This is just ridiculous. You can't have me going on live and not have my stuff, I told you guys about this before. Anyway, back to, we're talking about helicopter moms, helicopter dads, and coach dads. And the reason why I bring this up is because what we're having and what I saw the other night, this Lavar ball guy is just ridiculous. He's doing things that, thank you for coming in. I appreciate that, you just joined. This Lavar ball guy, yeah, can you take my glasses? Cause yeah, just take them. Yeah, thank you. But this Lavar ball guy is just ridiculous. He goes on WWE Network, WWE, whatever you call this thing, Raw, SmackDown, whatever. And he makes a mockery at the NBA. The NBA is actually having their awards night, presenting the MVPs, and this guy goes on wrestling, takes the #1 draft pick, his son, Lonzo Ball, who's going to be playing for the Los Angeles Lakers, and the guy takes him, and it ridicules the NBA because it's airing the same exact night. And this guy goes on there, he brings his kid on there, his younger kid, or actually, he has a 15-year-old son that he brings. He brings Lonzo Ball, who's going to be playing for the Lakers, and the son's yelling profanities and using the N-word or whatnot. LeVar Ball takes his shirt off. It's just ridiculous. And this is why I'm talking about the helicopter dads and helicopter moms and living vicariously through their kids. You got Dale Curry, who was an NBA player. His son is Steph Curry. And this guy steps back and he lets his son get the glory. He doesn't get all up on that. What did the guy say? Snoop Dogg, when he talked about Puff Daddy, all up in the videos, dancing. If you want to do something, do it. But if you're not a dancer, then stay off the stage. If you're not a rapper, then stay off the stage. If you're not playing basketball and you're not drafted by the Lakers, shut your mouth. I understand. People talk about this guy being a good dad, and I understand that. Parents that are in their kids' lives, there's nothing wrong with it, but at some point in time, you need to step back. You got coaches that coach teams that are dads, and you got the good dads that come out and coach the team. You got the teen moms that are doing a lot for their kids, and there's nothing wrong with that. But sometimes you got to take the pacifier out the mouth, and you got to move on, and you got to let your kids make their own decisions, and that's what this guy is doing. I thank you for joining this podcast. I'm sorry, my glasses aren't working right now, so I can't see, give you a shout out, but I appreciate you coming in. But some of these coaches that are coaching the teams, they got fathers that want to come and volunteer, and the fathers are trying to tell the coaches how to coach the team, and they haven't been in the training camp. They haven't been with these kids working out with them in the weight room, and they want to come and say, why don't you run a reverse for my son? Or why don't you put my daughter in? She's a good point guard. She could shoot, but you're using her the wrong way. How about you just sit down and shut up and help these kids work on their grades instead of coming out of the stands trying to coach? I understand. Don't get me wrong. It's important that you're in your child's life. But at some point in time, you need to back up. I thank you for coming in. I thank you all who's joining. Like I said, I don't have my glasses on. I think that's Jim that joined. I appreciate you coming in. But these helicopter dads and these helicopter moms need to back up and sit down. I went through my grandson's game, and you got this guy yelling profanity at the coach, yelling profanity at the referee. They stopped the game and told him the game wasn't going to continue until he left. And they called security to escort this guy out, and the guy's son is embarrassed because his dad's acting like a jerk. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous the way parents come to these games and they act. They even sign a code of conduct saying that they, will be held accountable for what they do and say. But it still does nothing. And so if you're a helicopter parent and you find yourself in that situation, and the same thing can go for education. Teachers work their hearts out. They go above and beyond for these kids. And then the kids don't show up half the time. They're going to Disneyland when they should be taking tests. They're homesick from school because they broke a fingernail, and then they miss school, and the parents write excuses for them. And they're missing out on education, but they can go to football and basketball practice. It's just ridiculous what things are coming to. And these same parents want to sit up and criticize the teachers because the teachers aren't teaching their kid, and they keep them in from recess, or they don't let them go. I thank you for joining, CNF fan. Thank you very much for coming in. But parents need to be more responsible. And I'm not talking to all the parents. There's a lot of parents that do very well with their kids, and there's a lot of parents out there that are responsible. They back up the school. They're coaching, they're team moms, and they're doing what they're supposed to do. But I'm talking about these people that are living vicariously through their children and trying to make a mockery out of what's going on. I thank you for joining. I can't read all those numbers. I don't have my glasses on, for Pete's sake. But I think that what needs to be done with some of these parents is they need to go to a parenting class or something like that. For Pete's sake, you can't show up to a PTA meeting or back to school night, but you show up to every basketball game, basketball practice, trying to tell the coach to do what it is that you want him to do instead of letting him coach the team the way he's supposed to coach it. And a shot goes out to Lavar Ball. I understand he's making a business. Nike, Adidas, or what is not New Balance, but what is that Steph Curry, Under Armour, didn't want to pay him what he wanted, so he went out and he started his own big baller company, whatever it is, and I think that's great. God bless him. He started his own business, but have some class. Have some class. Stop going on radio shows, disrespecting the host or the hostess. Be nice about the situation, because what you got is you got your son in the NBA. He has a target on him, as it is already, because they're going to be coming after him because you're saying your sons are going to take the Lakers to the playoffs his first year as a rookie. And you're living vicariously through your son, and you need to get a life of your own. And you need to discipline that one son you got that used the N-word on national TV. That was ridiculous. He said the N-word, and he said it more than once, and that was ridiculous. And the WWE had to apologize because they said it wasn't scripted. And then you got your son that's going to be playing for the Lakers sitting there laughing at it. A way to raise your kids, Mr. Ball. Way to raise your kids. And I don't mean to criticize him. I'm just saying he's probably doing a great job. He's a father that's in his son's life. But at the same time, come on. You got to show some class. But that's just my take on the helicopter parents, for all the parents that are doing what they're supposed to do. They're in their kids' lives. And me personally, teach your kids what the good book says. Teach them, God's laws and what to do, and to be nice and be humble. And you can't go wrong there. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with trying to teach your kids some manners and what your beliefs are. But don't sit up here and laugh and say they're just kids, and you're buying them everything they want. They got the Jordans, they got the Xboxes, they got the PS3s or PS4s, whatever you have it. and they don't know their timetables. Hey, I mean, it's just sickening what the society is doing, and these helicopter parents and these coach daddies. I thank you for coming in. I thank you for coming in. Whoever just joined, I think that's Cuddy. But that's just my take on helicopter parents. Thank you very much for joining this podcast. This is Just Elliot. Thank you very much, and I will see you guys in the next broadcast. Thank you very much. Appreciate everything you guys are doing.